Hello. With Valentine's Day fast approaching, I thought it would be a nice idea to do a quick video on how to produce a puffed Link-O-Loon heart like this one here. They're actually really simple because they're very logical in their construction. You can make them in almost any size you like. Link-O-Loons come in two sizes, a 6-inch and a 12-inch. And so obviously with those two sizes, depending on how big you inflate them, you can adjust the size of your heart to almost anything you fancy. One thing about Link-O-Loons is that they are measured actually from end to end rather than across the diameter. So a 12-inch Link-O-Loon fully inflated will be 12 inches from knot to tip and not crosswise as you would size a round balloon. Now it can be a little bit confusing, so if I was to say inflate these to 4.5 inches, does that mean 4.5 inches long or 4.5 inches across? So for this video, to make it easy, I'm going to treat them like normal round balloons and we're going to measure the diameter of them. So the measurement I give you will be like it was a round balloon. And we have two sizes. So this is the 6-inch Sempertex Link-O-Loon in Fashion Pink, and we've inflated them to 4.5 inches diameter and to 3.5 inches diameter, and those are the only two sizes you'll need. Generally speaking, if you're using the 6-inch Link-O-Loons, you want a 1-inch difference between the sizes. If you're going to use the 12-inch Link-O-Loons for a bigger heart, make it a 2-inch difference between the sizes, and then it should all work quite nicely. So if we take the, I'll take it down and break it down into the components for you, but before you start to panic and think this is sounding a bit complicated, there's a full recipe on the Amscan Decorator Hub, so if you just go there you'll be able to download the full recipe with diagrams and everything else, just so that you can follow it through quite easily. One other thing with Link-O-Loons is to make sure that you tie them really tight together. We don't want them with lots of space between them, so that they will then fit nice and firmly together. And I've taken the knots and the necks off. Once I've tied them, I've cut those off. That is a little bit of a risk, I will admit, because when you're twisting, sometimes they can pull apart, but it does look a lot better, and it's a lot easier to take the knots and necks off now than it is after you've built the thing. So you're going to basically, in total, you will need 79 Link-O-Loons inflated to the two different sizes. You are going to need duplets of balloons to link them all together. Now with a big heart with 12-inch Link-O-Loons, you can use 5-inch duplets quite easily and they work fine, but with a small heart like this, trying to get duplets of 5-inch really small so that they fit in and look good is actually quite tricky. So I prefer to use a single 5-inch balloon and twist it in half to get my duplets, and that way you preserve the shine and the texture of the balloon. It looks really good. If you're not quite sure how that works, I'll do a quick demonstration here. You take your 5-inch balloon, inflate it really big, let it down small. Now in order to keep these all consistent, I actually measured this, so this was down to 3 inches. Now it's also really squashy. Tie it off, squash the knot into the balloon, so hold it with the knot upwards and squash it down like that, twist it in half, and at this point you can squish from side to side to get the two sides even, and then take the knot, the neck, wrap it all the way around the middle a couple of times, tie it off. That will hold it together, and that will give you a sort of mini duplet that you can then use to hold everything together. If the knot gets in the way, or you know, if you don't like it, then cut it off, and there's your duplet. So you're going to need 39 of those. To fill in the gaps here, you'll need 6 5-inch balloons. These are the Sempertex Reflex Fuchsia, and 6 5-inch balloons inflated to 5 inches. Now with Reflex you can inflate them really big, so take it as big as you dare, give it a good squash, and then deflate it to 5 inches so it's nice and spherical, and again remove the neck and the knot. 6 of those to 5 inches, whoops, 2 of them to 4 inches, and finally 3 260s inflated, leave a couple of inches on the end, let some air out so they're soft, squashy, and tie them so they've got a little tail on that end. That's the total materials required, and this is how we put them together. So you're going to need one chain of 10, and in that 10 you have 8 balloons inflated to 4.5 and 2 to 3.5 on the ends. You're going to need 4 chains of 5, each with 3 to 4.5 inches and 2 3.5s on the ends. You're going to need 4 chains of 4, 2 of each size, big ones in the middle obviously, and finally 2 duplets inflated to 3.5. And that will give you the whole heart, and this is how we put it together. So, oh no, one more, it's hanging on the end here, I nearly missed it. A chain of 15 to 4.5 inches and then tie it into a ring. Just one of those. Take your chain of 10, fold it in half and link it with duplets. I'll do it that way up, like that. So we're going to put a duplet through the middle there. Twist it around. Oops. A little better, like so. Pull these 2 together and link with another duplet there. So we've got that. Then we're going to add to each side of it. So we're going to take one of the chains of 5 and add it to this side here. Now just keep the larger balloons in a row across the top, so we don't want to put it there, we've got to put it there. So all of the larger balloons are in a row and that one sticks up. So we're going to attach that there. And this one here. And then do it the same on the other side. Like so. Then we'll take the chains of 4 and add those to each side as well. Remember that we're putting the large balloons in a row across the top. So these 2 small ones will twist here. Oops, nearly dropped it. Like so. And there. Same on the other side. And then finally, we add the little duplets on the end here. And here. That makes half of your heart. So at the beginning I mentioned we needed 2 chains of 10, 4 chains of 5, 4 chains, etc. But I'd only had half that quantity on the table. That's because I've pre-built the other half down here. So we now have 2 identical pieces that we're going to lay one atop the other. And we're then going to tie all of these tips together where they match. So we'll work our way round, tying these together. basically we're stitching the two hearts, the front and the back of the heart together with the little tips of the small balloons. All the way around. Space there. Just carry on where the tips match. And we're almost there. Last 3 or 4. And there's the last one. Failed with that one. Let's try again. There we go. So we've now stitched the front to the back, and you can see that it sort of naturally puffs out because of the tension around the edge. But we now need to finish it off using this chain of 15 that we started with at the beginning. So duplicate, pull the centre of the top here, we'll start there, pull those together with a duplicate of balloons. Oops! Now, I mentioned at the beginning, didn't I, about the risk of that happening if you cut the necks and knots off. I thought I was getting away with it, but I didn't. Never mind, we'll just quickly replace those with another little duplicate of the smaller size. One on each side there. And one here. And then we'll go again. So pull them together at the top, pull the duplicate through, and then add your chain before you twist that duplicate over. And then we'll just work our way round. Every time there's a joint, we add another balloon. Almost there. Now this is interesting. I won't say I like it when things go wrong, but when they do go wrong, it's always, you know, that's the way of the world, and I seem to have lost the ability to count when I was preparing this because we're one short here. So don't worry, I'm going to remove that one. And just quickly replace. So I needed 1, 2 and a 3, and I was 1 down. Nothing is ever irretrievable. We can always fix it. So I'm just going to tie that into there. Remove those. And then I need another duplicate, 2 of them. 1. 2. Thought it was getting a little tight as I was working my way around. Couldn't quite work out what was the matter with it. But it became evident quite quickly. Haven't got much to tie there, but there's enough, I believe. Yep, that one goes there. That one goes there. Do you know what? I still can't count because now I've got 1 too many. I think I needed 1 and I've just added 2. Never mind. And this last one goes there. So we put the chain all the way around the edge. You do need a chain of 15. That is actually true. I just can't count, that's all. We've linked them all together. Dropped a few things on the floor in all of my activity here, so rather than crawl around, we'll fill in that hole, and then to finish it off we're just going to stuff the holes with the round balloons that we prepared earlier, and then add the 260s, and then that will see it through. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 prominent gaps that show quite well. So that's where your 5-inch inflated balloons will go. Just push them in and turn them so that the knots are to the side, because the heart is two-sided. It works well from both sides, and we don't want to have the knots showing on either side. So make sure that the knot faces sideways, like so. There it is, gone behind me. And there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the 2 5-inch ones will go in these 2 here, just to bring the colour up. So 1 there and 1 there. And then just to give it this nice edging, we're going to use these. So these are very simple to attach. Left a little tail, pull that in through the little duplicate at the top of the heart there, wrap it around, And then we're simply going to work our way around, twist here, round the duplet, over the top, twist there, round the duplet, and just keep working your way all the way around the heart. A little squash every now and again to keep the balloon soft and pliable. Oh, that was useful. See, sometimes things go wrong and sometimes they go exactly right. I know which one I would prefer. Finish that one, start again with the next. Twist it in. Twist round. Now, I am particularly enjoying the combination between the textures of the fashion tones here and the reflex in the pink and the fuchsia. I think it works really well. But as you can see, you can use any colour you like and you'll get a different feeling to the heart depending on which combinations of colours you use. This one, of course, being in pink, would work equally well for Mother's Day, and if you were to do it in white and gold, then it's great for weddings, for almost any celebration along those lines. So very adaptable design. This happened again. Goodness me. I think fate, having been so mean to me at the beginning, has taken pity. Last one, just to go around the last few bits here. Twist. Little bit of squeeze. And then finally, just to come back into the end here, just twist it off where it's going to end. Burst out what you don't need. Tie. And use the deflated portion to pull it into place, like that. And there we have it. A few little hitches along the way, but basically it's quite a simple technique to work on, and it does give you a really nice finished product. Happy Valentine's Day.